Your eye color isn't just about appearance. It's a biological record of survival. More than 70% of humans have brown eyes. The remaining 30% carry genetic variations that trace back to ancient migrations, environmental pressures, and evolutionary shifts that helped our species spread across the planet. So what does your eye color actually mean? Let's start with brown. Brown eyes are the original human eye color. That deep tone comes from melanin, a powerful pigment that can absorb up to 90% of incoming light. But melanin doesn't just create color, it acts like built-in sun protection. For early humans living under intense equatorial sunlight, this wasn't cosmetic, it was critical. Melanin absorbs harmful ultraviolet radiation before it can damage sensitive cells inside the eye. Brown eyes also perform exceptionally well in bright conditions, because melanin absorbs light instead of scattering it. People with brown eyes typically experience less glare and better visual clarity in intense sunlight. That's why brown eyes remain dominant in populations closer to the equator. They appear rich and stable in tone. But in softer light, candlelight, sunset, you may notice golden or amber flashes. That's not the eye change in color. It's light interacting with the layered structure of the iris. Now, blue eyes. Every blue-eyed person alive today likely traces back to a single genetic mutation that occurred between 6,000 and 10,000 years ago. Before that mutation, all humans had brown eyes. Blue eyes don't actually contain blue pigment. Instead, they have very little melanin. When light enters the iris, shorter blue wavelengths scatter back out, while longer wavelengths pass through, the same physical process that makes the sky appear blue. This structural effect means blue eyes can shift in appearance depending on lighting, from bright icy blue to soft gray. Genetic evidence suggests this mutation emerged during human migrations into Europe. But here's the mystery. Why did it spread so rapidly? Within a few thousand years, blue eyes became extremely common in parts of northern Europe. One theory suggests they offered advantages in low-light environments. With less melanin blocking light, more photons reach the retina, potentially improving sensitivity during long, dark winters. Another explanation is sexual selection. Because blue eyes were rare and striking, they may have been perceived as attractive, spreading quickly through mate preference. Ancient DNA has revealed something even more surprising. Some early Europeans had blue eyes combined with darker skin. This shows that light eyes evolved independently from lighter skin, overturning the old assumption that blue eyes were simply a side effect of skin depigmentation. Then there are gray eyes. Exceptionally rare, found in less than 3% of the global population, gray eyes contain even less melanin than blue. Instead of scattering primarily blue light, they scatter multiple wavelengths more evenly, creating that steel or silver appearance. Gray eyes can shift subtly from slate to silver to faint green, depending on the environment. Researchers believe they may have developed in regions with frequent overcast skies and limited sunlight. And reduced melanin comes with trade-offs. It's like blue eyes, gray eyes are more sensitive to UV exposure and bright light. Green eyes are rarer still, about 2% of the world's population. Their color requires a very precise balance of genetics. Too much melanin, and the eyes would be brown. It's too little, and they would be blue. Green eyes sit in the narrow middle ground, combining moderate melanin with a yellowish pigment called lipochrome. When light interacts with this combination, the result is green. Green eyes are also highly dynamic. They can appear darker in shadow, brighter in sunlight, and sometimes shift toward hazel or gray depending on surrounding colors. Throughout history, green eyes have been associated with mystery and myth, perhaps because of this variability. Hazel eyes are even more adaptable. Unlike most eye colors, hazel eyes genuinely change appearance depending on lighting and surroundings. This isn't illusion, it's physics. With intermediate melanin levels and uneven pigment distribution, hazel irises contain multiple tones at once. One moment, they appear green. The next, golden. Then brown. About 5% of people worldwide have hazel eyes. Genetically, they represent a blend rather than a single trait, which explains why no to hazel eyes look identical. Amber eyes are rarer and often confused with hazel or light brown. True amber eyes contain high levels of lipochrome and relatively low melanin, producing a solid golden or copper tone that remains stable under different lighting conditions. Unlike hazel, amber doesn't shift, it stays golden. This coloration is also common in certain predators, wolves, owls, eagles, which may explain why amber eyes can feel intense or striking. Now, what about black eyes? True black irises don't technically exist. What appears black is an extremely high concentration of dark brown melanin, so dense that it absorbs nearly all visible light. This provides maximum protection from UV radiation and glare. In regions with intense year-round sunlight, very dark eyes offer a strong evolutionary advantage. Because they absorb rather than scatter light, they remain visually stable across environments and may reduce long-term light damage. Finally, heterochromia. Heterochromia occurs when someone has two different eye colors, or multiple colors within one iris. It affects less than 1% of the population. It happens when melanin distribution develops unevenly, often due to minor genetic variations during early development. Across cultures, heterochromia has been viewed as mystical or symbolic, perhaps because it breaks the symmetry our brains instinctively expect in faces. But beyond myth and perception, your eye color carries something real. It reflects the environments your ancestors survived in, the sunlight they endured, the climates they adapted to, the migrations they made. From melanin-rich brown eyes under equatorial suns, to the mutation that spread blue eyes across ancient Europe, each color is a chapter in human evolution. So the next time you look into the mirror, you're not just seeing a shade. You're seeing thousands of years of adaptation, a quiet imprint of history and the extraordinary genetic journey that made you exactly who you are.